Hello everyone, we are from group 6 and we have 5 members in this group. That is me, Judith, Jennifer, Fatima, Annabelle and Akida. We will present the topic Job Market Research on Veterinarian. What is the elective work you can opt into from veterinarian? Table of content is: first, job position; second, criteria of the job; third, relation to the job field or main job; fourth, how to expand skill and requirement; and last, we will talk about the list of demand job to the least demand job, place of the vacancy, and the average income. There are 7 job options that we have chosen. 1. Zoologist. 2. Pet shop assistant. 3. Animal social worker. 4. Radiologist for human. 5. Veterinary pathology. 6. Pharmaceutical researcher. 7. Marine biologist. Alright, let's start on option 1. Zoologist. Criteria of the zoologist is: 1. It study animal. 2. It observing them in the laboratory and in their natural habitat. Relation to the job field or the main job is having a degree on science or animal science. How to expand skill and requirement. 1. Zoologists study, analyze, and observe wildlife to develop preservation strategy. They need skill in science, thinking, and communication, as well as physical stamina to work in the field. 2. Zoologists may need to have well-rounded outdoor skill. They may need to be able to drive a tractor, boat, or ATV, use a generator, or provide for themselves in remote location. 3. The zoologist need to lead an independent research. Now, let's move to the option 2.
Hello, my name is Jennifer. I will present 2 different jobs that related to veterinarian. First, I will talk about pet shop assistant. Criteria of the job is pet shop assistant are involved in a variety of different tasks, from looking after the animals in the shop to advising owners on pet care, on how to look after the animals and maintaining stock. As a pet shop assistant, I will be required to handle many duties and I will have to do all of them with great care. This includes training and exercising animals when necessary. In addition, it will be my job to ensure that animals are fed on time. Moreover, my duties will require me to groom animals as well as advise pet owners on how to handle grooming and cleaning. Relation of pet shop assistant to veterinarian is an experience working with animals is not just limited to one field. While I was working as a veterinarian, I already learned all aspects of animal care, so I have knowledge and can fulfill the needs of the pets. To be in this field of job, this requires a certain personality, passion, and commitment to help pets and pets owner. As a pet shop assistant, I will be in a position to ensure that owners receive the correct advice in order to provide their pet with the care and attention they deserve. I will need to be confident in handling animal and have excellent communication skill. To expand my skill, I may take courses and training such as certificate in principles of animal management within a store. Other than that, I can join the course by distance learning, for example, training from City and Guilds Level 3 Award and the Pet Industry Federation, which offers individual online courses on different animals. Secondly, I will talk about social animal worker, or also known as animal care and service worker. Criteria of the jobs is social animal worker provide care for animals. This means I have to feed, groom, bath, and exercise pets and other non-farm animals. Other than that, I have to play with the animals, provide companionship, and observe behavioral changes that could indicate illness or injury. There are many types of social animal workers such as animal trainers, groomers, and zookeepers. Relation of social animal worker to veterinarian is while taking my veterinary science course, I already learned about animal science, biology, or a related field. For example, I can be a zookeeper because I am qualified to work in that position with my degree. I have enough knowledge and experiences with animals, and I know how to attend the needs of an animal. Description on how to expand the skills and requirements is: social animal worker need to attend the pet foundation course in animal husbandry for new entrants into the pet retail industry. One need to have thinking skill in order to determine which instruction method is most useful and with a specific animal. For animal care, there is a need of physical stamina because the job involves kneeling, crawling, bending and lifting animals and heavy supplies. So, I must exercise to always be fit and fast to get the job done. However, some position may require me to take some course. For example, if I want to expand my skill to be marine mammals trainers, I need to take a marine biology course. Meanwhile, if I want to change my job as a pet groomers, which is often learn their trade by training under the guidance of an experienced groomer, if I want to expand my skills, I can also attend grooming schools. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening to all my friends and teachers. I'm Fatima binti Ahmad. Now I'm present about the job description about radiologists and pathologists of veterinary. So we're going first to present about the radiologists. Introductions of radiologists. Radiologist is one of medical professionals that are specialists in the field of medical imaging, which consists with medical imaging technology in order to diagnose and treat disease and injuries of the patients. Criteria of this job is: first, the evaluating patient's medical histories to ensure the various medical imaging procedures will not harm to the patients. Second, radiologists had to suggesting which best alternative medical imaging techniques to proceed the procedures. Then, radiologists have to inform the patients about what the medical imaging process have to do by using devices such as X-ray machines, computer tomography, CT scanners, ultrasounds, and magnetic resonance imaging (MRI) machines. Then, radiologists have to performing or direct radiology staff to carry out image-guided or diagnostic procedures, then have to working together with radiology lab technicians to perfect image quality. Then interpreting the results from diagnostic imaging procedures to determine the diagnosis, then communicating and discuss results and diagnosis with the physicians. Lastly, radiologists have to compiling all the written reports of results and diagnosis, then have to following the medical protocols for resuscitation, bleeding, infection, or other emergency situations when it necessary. Then we go to the relation of the job field. Radiologist is a qualified in doing X-ray interpretation towards animals and humans. It's a proficiency in general radiology techniques, including X-ray, MRI, ultrasound, and CT scans. They have also patient management skills. Now I'm going to describe on how to explain the skills and the requirements. Firstly, radiologists solve complex medical problems and answer diagnostic questions. So the thinking skills such as logic, reasoning, and judgments, they are paramount. Radiologists also work with precision treatments and diagnostic equipment. So physically, it attributes such as fine motor skills are imperative. Then number three, the last one, it also requires at least 4 years of coursework and medical residency after earning an undergraduate degree. Now I'm going to describe about the pathology veterinary. Introduction of this job is veterinary pathologists diagnose disease and other conditions through the examinations of animal tissues and bodily fluids. It play an important role in veterinary medicine because veterinarians are better informed about an animal's conditions through the findings made by a veterinary pathologist. With the findings, the veterinarian can make the best determinations for the animal's care. Veterinary pathologists usually specialize by working in either anatomical veterinary pathology or clinical veterinary pathology. Anatomical veterinary pathologists diagnose disease based on the examinations of organs, tissues, and bodies. Clinical veterinary pathologists diagnose disease based on the laboratory analysis of body fluids, including urine and blood. So I'm going to present about the criteria of these jobs. They have to study disease in animals, conduct pure research to learn the cause of and develop methods to prevent disease in animals and humans. It also perform biopsies and necropsies. It also determines the cause of a disease through observation and laboratory analysis. Pathology and veterinary also advise veterinarians in the field about disease they detect in a sample, tissues, or fluids. Veterinary pathologists also contribute to the development of drugs and other animal health products. They may conduct scientific research studies and advise government agencies about the spread and progression of various animal diseases that affect herd health. These pathologists diagnose some well-known diseases that affect large animal populations, including swine flu, the known as H1N1 virus, and the bird flu, known as avian flu. So I'm going to present about the relation of this job. Okay. Firstly, veterinary pathologists have to need good at a science such as chemistry and math. They have to postdoctoral degree in anatomical or clinical pathology and typically must earn veterinary license in order to get to work. Veterinary pathologists also must complete a Doctor of Veterinary Medicine's DVM degree before the pursuing a multi-year residency which provides additionally specialty training. So I'm going to present about on how to explain the skills and the requirements. Firstly, the path to board certification requires 3 years of additional training after achieving a DVM degree. Degree of veterinary medicine. Those pursuing PhD degree in the field must complete even more training. Coursework can include immunology, molecular biology, necropsy, biopsy, and hematology. They have also analytical skills that must accurately interpret of what they're finding and the results of various tests. Pathologists have to require to pass FRC Path 1 in veterinary pathologists. It's because to aim that they have determined whether they have successfully acquired a core body of knowledge that will underpin their ability. That's all from me. Thank you.
The next job position is paramedical researcher. The criteria of the job is conduct research in a wide array of insight, knowledge of science to develop new chemicals, study the biomechanical process of human body, and study plants or animal for insight into how the natural world function, or even study the physical reaction of process at the atomic level. The relation of the job field is chemistry, biology, and mathematics. How to expand skills and requirement? First, you need to have skills and understanding of basic principles of scientific and clinical research methodologies and evidence based on medical practice. Second is having a high degree of professional integrity and respect for others. Third is clinical judgment with evidence of capacity, prioritize clinical, and need to maximize safety. Next is marine biologist. The criteria of the job is analyze marine water samples for contaminants, conduct studies over marine animals, private consulting companies on issues such as environmental and toxic. The relation of the job field is to study the same subject as veterinarian, such as biology, chemistry, and physics. Next is how to expand skills and requirement. First is scientific writing skills. This is including journalistic writing and science communication. Second is applied math skills. Many marine biologists utilize advanced statistics. Third is analytical skills. You must accurately interpret what you find and the result of various tests.
Hello, my name is Nurul Akida and I'm going to continue the presentation with the list of elective work for a veterinarian from the most demand to the least demand job in Malaysia. So as we can see from the figure, the most highly demand job in Malaysia is radiologist, and it's following by the pet shop assistant and also the social animal worker. Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical researcher was in the fair demand in Malaysia. However, for work such as veterinary pathology, marine biologist and zoologist has the least demand in Malaysia. This might be due to the lack of zoos, wildlife center, and also aquarium in Malaysia. Now we move to the second sub-question, which is the place of vacancy and also income. For radiologists, the vacancy is mostly at government and private hospital. So here is some example of the hospital, such as BP Healthcare Group Malaysia, KPJ Healthcare Berhad Kuala Lumpur. The rate of income for a radiologist will be around 5,000 ringgit for an entry level, and it can reach until 8,000 per month whenever they are already at the senior level. So number 2, the pet shop assistant. The price of vacancy for pet shop assistant is all around Malaysia. Some example is at One More Pet and Senjan Berhad Seri Kembangan, ARK Pet Room Kuching Sarawak. The rate of income for an entry-level pet shop assistant will be around 1,200 ringgit, and it can reach until 4,000 ringgit per month at senior level. So number 3 is animal social worker. So same as the pet shop assistant, animal social worker also needed all over Malaysia, such as at SPCA Kota Kinabalu Kampung Gana Papar, and also SPCA Kota Kinabalu Lokawi Shelter. So in terms of rate, it will be around 1,200 ringgit per month, and it also can reach until 3,000 ringgit at the senior level. The fourth work is pharmaceutical researcher. So the place of vacancy for a pharmaceutical researcher could be at pharmaceutical laboratory. This work also needed at the company that runs cosmetic businesses and also factories that have GMP approved. So this work is actually have a high demand at the factory industry places such as at Clarivet Penang and also Damansara Selangor. The rate of income for the pharmaceutical researcher is around 6,000 per month for someone who have less than 3 years experience, and it can reach until 12,000 per month for someone who already have more than 8 years experience. So the fifth work is veterinary pathology. So same as radiologists, veterinary pathology also works at the government and private hospital. So here the example that I get, which is the Fakulti Perubatan Veteriner, Universiti Putra Malaysia. The rate of income for a veterinary pathology is around 5.7 thousand per month, and it can reach until 10,000 per month. The sixth work is marine biology. So the vacancy for marine biologists is very limited. Mostly the local university and college that offers marine program will open the vacancy, but it's only limited for 1 or 2% only. However, the rate of income for a marine biologist is quite big. It will be around 5.8 thousand per month, and it can reach until 10,000 per month. So for the seventh work, which is the last work, is zoologist. The employment of zoologists is too limited, and it will be based on the budget of zoos or wildlife center. So in terms of rate, it will be around 5.9 thousand per month, and it can reach until 8.2 thousand per month at senior level. So as a conclusion, I think that whenever a veterinarian wants to do the job hopping, he or she can choose either to be a radiologist, pet shop assistant, or animal social worker. Because for me, the chance of work is quite big compared to the other four works that we discussed before. So that's all from us. Thank you for listening.